This is here. I don't know. Are we caused with ignorance? I don't know. Onye kpara no ya say yeah, Republicans thinking that republicanism is don't mind your brother, just do your thing. It's heavy ignorance or mischief, I can call it. Now, what that man said on the clip which I played about the pronouncement of Supreme Council for Islamic Affairs, headed by the Sultan of Sokoto, that is the Sokoto Caliphate, that that must be dismantled. Okay, let me continue reading. This was just as it described the designation of Nigeria as a country of particular concern, CPC, by the United States President Donald Trump as a ploy to destabilize the country. He said it's a ploy to destabilize Nigeria. Now I ask, is Nigeria not destabilized? No, tell me now. Is Nigeria not destabilized? I think it was yesterday some directors from government ministries, and they are almost all of them are Igbo people, going for maybe promotion exam or something like that from Lagos to Abuja by road. They were kidnapped. They are still kidnapped. Who knows whether they'll make it alive? No, it is not Nigeria. The worst part of it is that, like these people that are kidnapped, before, when you are telling them that look at how Nigeria is, we people, do you think that this thing, this they are kidnapped? Maybe I will check and see whether I can still see the news. Maybe it was planned. You don't know. If you maybe tell them that look, you people, Nigeria is a danger to us Biafrans mostly. It's a danger for everybody, but for us Biafrans it is too much. They will tell you, I beg, you people want to divide Nigeria, my dear Nigeria. They kidnap them, and I think they are even women. They are women, intellectuals. When you talk to them, they tell you they are Lagosians. And there's something I've seen. I try for some ex-species have entered, those that are talking rubbish against IPOB. Before God and man, most of them are born in Lagos, or they grew up in Lagos, or in, let me say, outside the Igbo land. I've taken my time to check. Most of them, none I have known grew up. Will tell you, say he grew up in Igbo village. No, he will tell you I'm a Lagosian. Either he was born in Lagos or he entered Lagos. They went to Lagos when he was small, or they went to Ibadan, just southwest or the north. And when I see it, I say there is a problem. These people that were kidnapped, maybe they were talking the same thing. Their children are now looking for them. They are their mothers that are serving their dear country. They are kidnapped because they are Nigerians. Are you seeing it? You know, we show you things. When we push you, we show you where to fall. That is why we have a section. After my submission, lines will open. And I continue urging people, even if you are against IPOB, come call. So they are afraid. Call and tell us or counter what we preach here with facts and figures. Let us debate. They will not. They are afraid. I don't know why. I don't know why. They will not. These people now, they are Nigeria. They have been kidnapped. Who knows whether they are still alive? Who knows that whether they will make it alive? That is Nigeria for you. Are you seeing it? So now let me continue reading. From this is a Nigerian Supreme Council for Islamic Affairs. Links the security crisis to climate change, poverty, mass unemployment. That is what I'm reading, please. Let me continue reading, please. Addressing Okay, President Trump had penultimate Friday premised his action on alleged persecution of Christians in the country. Addressing journalists on Sunday in Abuja, the General Secretary of NSCIA, Professor Ishak Oloyede, declared that the declaration of Nigeria CPC was part of a coordinated plot by the United States to destabilize the country. Now, I ask Nigerians, please, which one is better? American destabilization or Fulani destabilization that has been going on? No, tell me. Choose. Choose. People, if Nigeria missed this opportunity, I am telling you, they no longer need any savior. Look at all of a sudden, when you go to social media, what they are protruding, what they are propagating now is Nigerian military strikes a terrorist hideout. Nigerian military, this and that. Hey, they bombarded the terrorists. Oh, they captured the terrorists and released the kidnapped the victim. Oh, that is what you, and you say, Nigerians, your Nigerian media. You are the problem of yourself. These are the people that always shout, Fulani are killing us here. Look at, we are driving. The other day I played a clip in Ogun. One lady, one Yoruba girl, on the road, his video said, no, Fulani are killing people here. After he starts speaking Yoruba, they are killing people. He's a Fulani headsman. These are the people that are always showcasing how Fulani is killing them, blocking roads, kidnapping people. All of a sudden, they don't want America to destabilize the country. A destabilized country already. Ndoji, waiting do on this. No. Let me continue reading, please. The NS, that is National. Why I used to forget this? The Nigerian Supreme Council. Okay, the Nigerian Supreme Council for Islamic Affairs. Nigerian Supreme Council for Islamic Affairs equally rejected the claim of Islamic invasion, attributing the violent crisis in the Middle Belt to ecological challenges thrown up by degraded pastures and dried up water sources in the far north Sahelian belt. It also identified poverty and mass unemployment of youths as instigating criminality. Now, no, let us take it. He say it is degraded pastures and dried up water sources in the far northern Sahelian belt. Now I ask you, go and check map of Nigeria, image, please. Map of Nigeria. Map of Nigeria. Go to image, you will see map of Nigeria in image. Okay. Or you can say map of West Africa or Africa. Now I ask you, is northern part of Nigeria more north than Niger Republic? No. Let us be factual now. Is northern part of Nigeria more north than Niger Republic? Niger Republic has Sahara Desert, direct sand dunes to Libya, to Algeria, to Mali. Why are they talking about Sahel? I mean the northern Nigeria, because of degraded pastures and dried up water resources or water sources in the far northern Sahel. Is Niger Republic not living? Is it not a country today? Are they not living? Now, let's come to what they are saying. Let Buhari use this as an excuse in America in 2016 or 2017. He said, no, it is because of lack of pasture, climate change. And you ask, if there is encroachment of deserts, we are human beings. You try to make efforts to solve it. Lake Chad is now remaining 10% of its original size. 10% of its original size. It has dried up only. Almost dried up. You ask, are they not human beings? Can't they do what United Arab Emirates is doing? Can't they do what Israel is doing? Can't they do what China is doing? Converting pure desert into forests. Ordinary tree, there are rain is falling in all this part of the north. Why are they not encouraging reforestation? Why? No, I'm just using their propaganda to judge them. Why are they human beings? Okay, now the solution to deforestation is running down to south. Okay, if they run down to south, maybe the desert will also encourage until the south and everybody will die or enter into the ocean. Is that what it means? That is the solution. But these are lies from the pit of hell. These are lies from the pit of hell. You see this narrative, this is what they have continued. Any narrative they engage in, they pay for it. They will preach it in their mosques. They will say it among themselves in their various high-level meetings. Among the Fulani elites, that this is, and they will pay the lobbies. They will pay the caliphate, the Sokoto caliphate. They have the money. They can pay scientists. They can pay Western scientists in order to indulge, in order to sanction what they are saying. Oh, you don't know these people. Oh, these are they go with everything they have for their collective interests. Can you do that? The answer is no. If it is in our land, for example, you say amen to one narrative, some group of people will rise up and say, no, this is not true. Now what these people are saying, we are not among them, or this and that. We tell you the truth of God. This laugh is not a real laugh, honestly, because this is very serious. They are going with this nonsensical narrative and flooding it to the world. CNN is propagating it, BBC is propagating it. Okay, let me continue. If the violence in some parts of Nigeria is not religious, what are the real drivers? The first is ecological. Is ecology that is driving the Fulani to be paid to come into Nigeria to resettle. That is ecology. It is ecology that is making Fulani to be brought into Nigeria in order to help APC win election. Is that ecology? No, tell me it is ecology. It is a climate change that makes them to bring arms so that they will be displacing communities, ransacking communities and settling there. I mean the Fulani, being championed by the Sokoto Caliphate. No, this is a climate change, right? Fulani have seen that Nigeria people, the indigenous people in Nigeria are 00000. They are manipulable. That is their calculation, and that is why they are doing what they are doing with audacity. I am telling you, when they read history, they saw how their great grandfather, or one of their great grandfathers, Ottoman Danfodio, he manipulated a whole Hausa kingdom, and they turned the Hausas against Hausas and fought themselves and gave victory to a foreigner. And they say, these people are idiots, we can manipulate them. This is the reason why Europeans conquered Africa. And that is why they are still in Africa in a neo-colonial way. Because they saw that they are more than Africans, both in thinking faculty, both in action. That is why they are still there. That is exactly what is empowering the Sokoto Caliphate. That these people, you can manipulate them. They are manipulable. Ottoman Danfodio formed the Sokoto Caliphate by using Hausas to kill Hausas and giving a Fulani victory, crowning him as their king. And they remain till today. So they say, oh, this kind of place, these people they have lower IQ. The people this side, you can easily deceive them. Is it not what you just watch in YouTube the interview of Gumi, Sheikh Abubakar Gumi? You see the way he's speaking. You see that his body language is telling he's superior. That the listeners, Nigerians, are inferior. These are people you can easily deceive with anything. That is, if you are watching somebody, read the body language. You should be saying, these people, they are under we are sitting down on them. So anything you tell them, they can accept it. So he continued. That is what gave him the boldness in order to be speaking the way he's speaking. That animal, under normal circumstances, he should be in jail. I used to ask you, please, go and dig, research by yourself. Why did the Europeans call Bight of Biafra? The original name was Slave Coast. There are things that you can find out. Go. I will not explain. It is for you to find out. So the Fulani, they are taking also their own pound of flesh on the stupid indigenous people in Nigeria. That is why they can come up with this. After all, the person that is echoing this idiocy is a Yoruba man. It's an indigenous person. But they gave him, you see how they work, how the Fulani work. They will come into your place, promote one greedy fellow, give him money, give him anything he wants, give him protection, give him connection, and they will be using him. That is how colonizers work. That is how they function. There is no, when you look at what the Fulani are doing in Nigeria, there is no single difference with what the Europeans did in Africa. No single, is something. That is why the Europeans fall in love with the Fulani. I am telling you. They support them. They say these are the people that understand how to colonize people. They are superior. When it comes to political thinking, they support them. Now, let me continue reading, please. Okay. If the violence in some parts of Nigeria is not religious, what are the real drivers? The first is ecological. As the International Crisis Group has detailed in multiple reports, the relentless desertification and drought, products of climate change, have degraded pastures and dried up water sources in the far northern Sahelian belt. This is not an Islamist invasion. It is a desperate southward migration of herders seeking survival. Oh, Chineke. So, with this report, the international community will continue pitying the Fulani headsmen, taking them as the victims. That is how it is when people cannot organize themselves in order to fight for their collective interest. Those that could be able to organize themselves will be giving out the narrative, and the world will be accepting it. Whereas others are playing Nigeria. These people are. You say that it is a desperate southward migration of a header seeking survival. Therefore, Fulani killing you in Plateau. So don't you see? It is exactly the same thing, the same thesis that is being promoted and promulgated by Sheikh Gumi. The same thing. He is portraying them as victims. No, they are on revenge. No. These people, you don't blame them. The government is to blame. Nigerians are to blame. So they are human beings. So they are suffering. That is why they kill you. And Nigerians are listening to this. And because Yoruba, because of their brother is in power. Imagine that even it's Buhari that is in power today. Do you think the Yorubas, they will be supporting who do you think that they will be supporting the Fulani? Black people, they should alarm Maroko Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The climate, let me continue reading. The climate-driven migration forces herders into direct and often violent competition with sedentary farming communities over dwindling resources of land and water. Historic grazing reserves have been lost to expanding settlements, and the traditional conflict resolution mechanisms have eroded. This is the flashpoint for the farmer herders crisis in Plateau, Benue, and other middle belt states. Do you see it? It's Yoruba man now that is writing this, clearing them. You know, that is it. When you are fool, people will have their pound of flesh on you, that you are a fool. They are taking Nigerian indigenous population for granted, but not Biafrans. That is why we always rise up. You see Igbo intellectuals promoting this narrative. You see it. So, because let me say, okay, let me just give you just a layman example. Because my house got burnt, just for example, my house got burnt out of one thing or the other, and I lost everything. Now I have the right to come to your house, pursue you from your house, kill you even if need be, and I live in your house. Say, after all, my house got burnt, so I have the right to come into your house and kill you and take anything you want. Live there by force. It's my house because my house got burnt. If you go with that their logic, now you ask, I've said it several times. They say historic grading reserves. What is that historic grading grazing reserves? It is the reserve, grazing routes given to the Fulani by the British colonizers. They came, they told the Fulani, say, okay, this will be, they give different places, different parts of indigenous community lands as their grazing routes. And that is what they are still clamoring. Do you remember Buhari did the same thing? He said that their old grazing routes have been lost. You see that? Do you see that? Okay, let me continue reading. The second driver is criminality. In the northwest, northeast, and southeast, banditry is fueled by overlapping factors of grinding poverty, mass use, unemployment, drug abuse, porous borders, and the proliferation of small arms and light weapons over the decades. Crucially, as researchers have noted, it is also driven by illicit artisanal mining and solid minerals. Criminal syndicates and bandits sack villages and displace populations, creating ungoverned space for their illegal mining operations. This is a violent, organized crime racket for resources, and there is nothing Islamic about it. In the Zamfara, Katsina, and Sokoto axis, Muslims have lost more than 1,200 souls to the same bandits who answer to crime, not tribe or faith. These are, do you see their narrative, how they are bending everything? Now, let me tell you what the Sokoto Caliphate has always been doing is trying to nationalize terrorism so that it will not be pinpointed to, oh, it is only in the north. Are you getting the gist now? So that when there is international outcry, they will say it is all over Nigeria. Oh, we know when I say I don't know how to say it again. These people, the politics, honestly. Our people don't know politics. No. They can brag, they do this, they but politics, zero. They make sure, these people tried to make sure that these people tried to make sure that they distributed violence everywhere, so that as Trump, as America is talking about terrorists, which has nothing to do with ordinary criminality. Please, let people understand, criminality is different from genocide. An armed robber, a band of armed robbers, they are criminals. They don't have any political motive. No, their motive is to make money, get money for themselves, and and live life. That is it. They are criminals. There is no political tone in it. But terrorists, these Islamist terrorists, this Christian genocide, there is an undertone, a political undertone. They want people exterminated. They want demography to change to their favor. They want certain type of people out of the way. That is Christians out of the way. And the Fulani, they are methodical. The Sokoto Caliphate. I have said this. I have said this several times, and I will continue educating people about it. The Sokoto Caliphate, they know how to, they have many options of rallying other non-Fulani indigenous Muslims around them. Are you getting what I'm saying? They can use, we Muslims, in order to carry the whole other non-Fulani Muslims under their umbrella, to get what they want as a group. Remember, during the election campaign, presidential election campaign, there's one Fulani man. He went to a Christian community in the north, the Christian village or the church even. He addressed them. He was campaigning. He told them, say, whether you're a Christian or a Muslim or a non-Christian, remember first you are a northerner. That is the sentence, the word he used. So they know how to use one thing or the other to rally people around them, to get the thing they want first. Now, when they get the thing they want from Igbos or from Southerners, they now unleash mayhem to the Fulani. Now we come come up and start massacring them. Are you getting it? So, you know, the other day I told you, I read even how Lukurawa came into being. Lakurawa terrorists. It's a Muslim Fulani Muslim terrorist that is going on today. These were foreigners. But look, the Fulani bandits operating in Nigeria, in their side, used to, you see, this is colonizers, how they work. They cause a problem and come as a solution. Now, these Fulani bandits, local Fulani bandits, will go and steal their cows and goats. I mean the local non-Fulani people. They will steal they will go at the night, raid their cows, rustle their cows and their heads. And when they complain to the Nigerian military, these are not Fulani, and most of them are Muslims living in their communities. When they will go to complain to the Nigerian military, they will do nothing. And it is the plan of the Sokoto, the Fulani, the Mietiala. They will block the Nigerian military from coming to their rescue. Listen. Now, when this thing continued, they are neither protected by the Nigerian police or military. It is the same Mietiala chieftains in their area went and gathered, called a meeting with their chief, with the chief of this non-Fulani community, and told them, say, look, you people have been suffering this thing, and Nigerian government is not even coming to your rescue. The military doesn't care. Neither the police. So there are these people outside Nigeria which are good people. They are Muslims. They are armed. They can fight these bandits that are wreaking havoc, that are causing, rustling your cows and chickens and goats all the time, stealing your farm products. We can go and invite them for them to protect you. Do you see the advice, the small advice of Satan? They know what they are doing. They say, do you see, we know them. We can go and, if with your permission, we go, but you go pay, we contribute money, you give us transport, we do everything. We know where to get them. They are not Nigerians, but they are very good people. They are Muslims. When the PGs of the communities, the kings of the indigenous people there that are Muslims, they heard that they are Muslims. They say, bring them. Allah Akbar, bring them to protect us. The Mietiala people will go and arrange. It is still their people out there, Fulani, outside Nigeria. They will say, yes, you people can come in. When you come, pretend, just be with them. They come heavily armed. They came and dwell in the villages. They told him, no, we will protect you. Don't worry, as long as Nigeria government is not protecting you, we are here to protect you. Nobody will come and steal again. And they stayed in their communities. They gave them anything they want, give them information, everything. They started preaching to them their version of Wahhabis Islam. These are Fulani, foreign Fulani. You see. Now the community also, as Muslims, they say, anyway, now wow, but this one is okay. But as long as we no longer lose our goats and cows. When they got their roots, know the ins and outs everywhere, they start attacking the military. When the people want to talk, they turn against the community. They ransack the communities and take over and bring their their families. Job well done, concluded. Those displaced people that invited them, they are the people now that start shouting, oh, there is another terrorist group, oh, Lukurawa. They call themselves Lukurawa. Do you see how they have taken over? And they continue plundering other areas, other communities. This is how they work. There is complete colonization. unless the Sokoto Caliphate is dismantled, this thing will get worse. And if Nigerians allow the sweet mouth of the Fulani, the Sokoto Caliphate, to use them, if they allow the sweet mouth of the Sokoto Caliphate in order to push them to support, to counter what Trump wanted to do, if they allow the sweet mouth of the Sokoto Caliphate invoking sovereignty, invoking America is coming to take our Nigerian national resources, they want to pursue Tinubu from power, he's your brother, defend him. If Nigerians fall for this, I am telling you, Fulani will increase it will give them more power and hasten their Fulanization by tenfold. I am telling you. These people, they know how to play. They know how to play with the brain of the indigenous population. I am telling you. They are pushing the Yorubas that, look, it is your brother. These are Igbos that are causing this. You know, they are pushing it. Once they push Igbo, you know, I have said it. Hatred of Igbo is the catalyst that will destroy Nigeria. And that is what is happening. Once they say, oh, it's Igbo, it's IPOB, it's Biafra, you don't want Biafra, no. Now, every other indigenous population will say, no, instead, let our blood be flowing. Let Fulani be killing us, no problem. I don't know, this is evil. Let me continue. The United States Department itself, in its 2022 report on international religious freedom, stated that banditry and other criminality, not animosity between particular religious groups, were the primary drivers of intercommunal violence. This is not a religious war. That is nonsense. Okay. There is a place listen to here. They wrote, this agenda is not hidden. We refer to a recent op-ed from the American Enterprise Institute, from the American Enterprise Institute, AEI, a prominent United States foreign policy think tank. In this article, the author, Michael Robin, asks two questions in the same breath. First, is there a Christian genocide? And second, just as Somaliland's independence has become a United States national interest, would Biafra independence also augment regional security? The geopolitical objective is the fragmentation of Nigeria to achieve the avowed mission of the separatists. It's talking of IPOB, in line with the proscribed indigenous people of Biafra's IPOB's agenda. Do you see? This, they use all these things to scare Nigerians, other indigenous population, into bowing down to their own line of propaganda. They say, you people, you want your beloved Nigeria to be divided? It is IPOB agenda. That is what is driving Trump to do this. So, do you want your beloved Nigeria? That is where you see. One, do you see what I observe? What I conclude personally? One of the main reasons why the indigenous people, other indigenous populations in Nigeria, are driving against Biafra, anything Igbo, is because they have been used. They were used in order to fight the same Biafra under false narrative from 1966 to 1970 to kill Biafrans. So that guilty conscience, they cannot stand it that Biafra will be a country. Oh, they thought that Biafra will remember and start dealing with all of them. But no, it is guilty conscience that is worrying them. And that is what the Fulani, the Sokoto Caliphate is always exploiting. Remember, we kill all of them all. Now you people even kill them past. So will you allow them? If you allow, I say, look, this other propaganda I'm talking now, it will come when they saw that, look, Biafra referendum is imminent. They will tell them, they will even start threatening even Yorubas that you people kill Biafra. So if you allow them to go, they will deal with you as a country. They will now become a country and have power. They will remember you, deal with you. Remember, they will start publishing the atrocities even committed by Yorubas and others against Biafrans during the war. Believe me, this will happen. Because these people, they know how to do it. They understand propaganda, and they are using it very, very well. So they are saying that, look, all these things that is going on, it is IPOB. The objective is to fragment Nigeria, to divide their Nigeria. Now, as I ask people, division of Nigeria to save life, and leaving Nigeria as the quagmire it is today, where people, you know, in Nigeria, you cannot be moving. If you want to move from point 1 to point 2, you are not sure of your life. Which one is better? Now, do you see? Let me tell you one of the main reasons for the division, balkanization of Yugoslavia, is what has been happening in Nigeria. Are you getting it? The real causes of the balkanization of Yugoslavia are a complex interplay of long-standing ethnic tensions, deep economic disparities, and the political crisis. Are you getting it? Now, the deep-seated ethnicities and the historical, I'm talking of Yugoslavia now, why, the causes, the reasons why Yugoslavia was balkanized. Are you getting what I'm saying? Remember, Yugoslavia was an artificial state, artificial country formed after the First World War, bringing together South Slavic peoples with vastly different historical, cultural, and religious backgrounds. That is, Catholics, Catholic Croats and Slovens, Orthodox Serbs and Montenegrins, and the Bosniak Muslims. They gathered them together, say they want to form a country. He said it was an artificial country, the same like Nigeria. Nigeria is an artificial country. Or is it because it's a black country, an African country, that the people's life don't matter? That is what I cannot understand. The issue is this also. The people that are suffering this, they don't even care. They don't care. They have a hatred of Igbos that is killing all of them. You know, I want to just look. I'm talking of Yugoslavia now. The different ethnic groups in Yugoslavia had a history of conflict. Most notably, the brutal inter-ethnic violence and genocide during Second World War, which created deep mistrust that was suppressed but never fully resolved under communist rule. Because under communist rule, they just brought them together, say, now you're a country, an artificial, you know, he calls it artificial country. You know, they say artificial country now because Yugoslavia is no more. Nigeria will be called the artificial country, I'm telling you, when it is no more. They will tell you, no, you want Nigeria to divide, but people are being killed, murdered, because they are Nigerians by an ethnic group. So you see, Yugoslavia was an artificial state formed after World War II or World War I. The same, Nigeria is an artificial country created in 1914 at the start of First World War by one man, Frederick Lugard. He brought people, the Sokoto Caliphate that has been there in jihadis, is a jihadist caliphate. That their motive is to, you know, is to Islamize everybody, the whole indigenous people everywhere in that Sokoto Caliphate. Now Britain facilitated them. They left the Sokoto Caliphate structure, or that throne. After conquering them, they didn't dismantle the caliphate, rather they left it because they know they are going to use it. And that is the usage, it is what they are using today. They are using, they know, Britain know, they knew that they were going to use the Sokoto Caliphate to run Nigeria. And that is what is happening today. That is why they left the structure. That is why they tried everything to convince Ahmad Bello to remain in Nigeria. That you people will enjoy it. I'm not going to enjoy them, just remain. We know what we are talking. And that is it today. They are facilitating the Sokoto Caliphate in order to dip their Quran in the Atlantic Ocean. But it's not going to happen. I'm telling you. Look at pig in the creek. No said here America come now. Now all this thing that is going on now open the eyes of people that cares to know about the real people that are causing insecurity, benefiting from this Fulanization agenda. Do you see how they rooted Asari Dokubo, the pig in the creek, in our land? Do you see that? Giving him the license to operate machinery, to be killing people, to making money. Do you see the reason? So, the reason why Yugoslavia was divided into their separate countries today is the same reason why Nigeria should be divided. Whatever that is good for the geese is also good for the gander, for your information. Now, they said one of the reasons, I'm talking of Yugoslavia, is a lack of a unified identity. Is it not what is happening in Nigeria? Is there a unified identity? Nigeria is only in the mouth. The same way Yugoslavia, all are Yugoslavian, but all of them are, going through their ethnic nationality. Despite efforts to promote brotherhood and unity in Yugoslavia, most citizens felt a stronger bond to their specific ethnic identity than to a common Yugoslav one. That is it. That is what is happening to Nigeria. You see somebody say, "Nah, you be Nigeria." Say yes. From which way? Nah, I be Igbo. Are you okay? I'm Yoruba. I'm Hausa. What is the need of Nigeria then? I'm asking. It's just a fake face. Exactly what happened in Yugoslavia. The absence of a strong central figure allowed the nationalist sentiments that had been suppressed to resurface and grow. You cannot suppress. Remember what they call nationalism when it comes to Europeans is what they call tribalism when it comes to Africa. Is the word they joke with what? After all, English is their language. So they describe, just like in Europe they call countryside, but in Africa they say village. So when you hear nationalism, in the absence of a strong central figure, allow the nationalist sentiments that had been suppressed to resurface and grow. There is no way you can suppress tribalism. It's impossible. It's a sense of being. That is the sense of people being. That is what they are trying to create in Nigeria. They are trying to create, a Nigerian, just a Nigeria sentiment, which is purely Fulani. When they tell you Nigerian clothes, what do you wear? Just a federal figure. You wear Hausa Banchiki. That is it. In the military, you speak Hausa. That is it. That is what they are trying to create. So being in Nigeria means humiliating, removing our nationalism. That is our ethnicity. That is why it is only Igbo people that they can always describe as either the tribalized. I have said it is an insult. When they say you are the tribalized. No. It's just like telling you that you are no longer, you should stop answering your surname, your father's name, that is your surname. You are the tribalized. They don't say it to other ethnicities. Only Igbos. Very foolish. Only Igbos. Oh, they praise you. When they praise you, you are the tribalized. Which means they are telling you are an idiot. You will fool. They can't tell it to a Fulani man. Bala Mohammed say they are Fulani by their nationality is Fulani in national television, but it's not a tribalist, right? It's not a tribalist. Igbo man will always try to hide his nationality, that is tribe, in order to be admitted as a Nigerian. This is what Nigeria, the caliphate, is doing to us. These are the Sokoto caliphate manipulations. They want to Fulanize everybody. But here we said no. I think I saw one place where I think say Nigeria, let me see whether I can see it. Say Nigeria has mandated that no tribal, no local language will be used in school. In Nigerian schools. Let me see. Nigerian government suspends indigenous language in schools. Uphold English as primary medium. Now, let me ask. This thing they are saying, are they going to do it uphold it in the north? No, tell me now. Are they going to uphold it or implement it in Castilla? In the one Nigeria? They are trying to create is a different set of people in the south, mostly in Biafran land, in order for you to continue being mumu to Fulani, so they can use you now to Tomankasa. But IPOB, we are here in order to expose them, in order to give you the information you need to know. Whatever you you do with the information is up to you. But I urge you, in order to use it judiciously. Nigerian government suspends indigenous language in schools, upholds English as primary medium. That is today's news headline. And I ask, are they going to implement this in the north, for goodness sake? Are they going to implement it? There is two laws for south, mostly Biafra, because Yoruba, they are not going to talk, but they are not going to implement it. And the other ones is they're not the Fulani. Do you see that? So they are telling people, no, if you talk about this, this Trump is going to come is for dividing Nigeria. This is what the Islamic group is writing, headed by the Sokoto Caliphate. This is why I continue maintaining that. Do you see the Sokoto Caliphate? It must be dismantled. There must be a hashtag for that. Sokoto Caliphate must be dismantled. Because all an Akbar nation everywhere, they are engaged in Fulanization of everybody through Islamization. Now, let me just play a bit about this thing from Gumi, that animal. Let me play again. This thing, just few, before I open the lines, please. Before I go back, I go into a few minutes break. Listen, please. Listen.
Security to be curbed totally, because this is bedeviling us to the point of zero again.
As long as this thing has become a weapon in the north, it will not end. Did you hear me? As long as
this is Barrister Darlington is a commentator in this voice of station in Nigeria. Is it Voice of Reason? Continue listening. He is talking direct to the face of Sheikh Gumi.
Not to still believe in Al-Majiri, it can never end. They know what they are doing. They cannot deceive us again.
They know what they are doing.
In the first place, who Who told you not to educate your people? Was it?
I cannot play all the clip. It's long. It's about 40 minutes long in length. Gumi have been blabbing that, oh, these people, they are not educated, they are neglected, that is why they are not educated. This man is now lecturing him in face. Do you give a free education to Igbos? Do you give them? Why this sense of entitlement by you, by the Fulani, that you must, Nigeria must, buy, do milk for them, do tea for them every morning, give them anything they want. Whereas we are left to suffer. What we are suffering today is what we failed to fight yesterday. I have told you, I've said it several times, South Sudan, when they fought their first war against Sudan, against exactly what the Janjaweed, what the Fulani is doing to us is what the Janjaweed was doing to them. Britain tried to hand them over to the Janjaweed, the same way he handed us over to the Caliphate. But the reasonable people, the South Sudanese, said no. They fought for 17 years, and it ended in no victor, no vanquished in South Sudan, an armistice. And they waited for, I think, another 10 or 11 years. And they saw that these people cannot change. They carry arms again, the second time, and fought for another 22 years. They didn't say, no, let us say, no, you want us to be all killed. We have fought the first war. No. Weak, were the weak. Our people were not alert enough in order to challenge the status quo, the Fulani status quo. When the armistice being signed by Gowon was never respected, everybody keep on going to find what he will eat. They say, no, go hustle. Now forget the war has ended, go hustle. Very, I know, people that has no common interests, they don't maintain common interests. The Southern Sudanese, they did that. They observed and saw that these people are still they are still encroaching to them, trying to Janjaweed them, Arabize them. And they say, no, we cannot stay here. You people have disrespected our terms of armistice. And they said no. They carry arms again. And they fought for another 22 years before the war ended in a negotiating table in 2005. And on 2011, they gave them referendum. They had their referendum. And they voted 99.99% yes. And they became a country in 2011. Today we are still like on the same kindergarten, preaching, even convincing our people that we are, look at what these people are doing. No, they say no, we are Nigeria. Or go and house. I had somebody say no, every Nigerian, every woman, go and make your own contact, hustle your own. I say, God, which kind of mentality is this? Sometimes you want to be frustrated. Which kind of people are these? That they don't care about gathering together, looking at issues in the face, about what is facing all of us, not individual. Instead, many of our people prefer to have a privilege, to go for privilege, make contact with Al-Haji so that you'll be using his name to be bringing containers. Or he'll be helping you, and he say, see how we are good. You see, I'm Al-Haji, and you're an Igbo man, and your people will say, Biafra, we are fighting. No, you will start to be, no, these people are good. No, it's not about individualism. It's about the collectivity of the structure. That is it. Please continue listening.
Nigeria had independence in 1960. All of us were here. You decided to choose whatever you want to choose. And now you want to blame us for your problem. Do you have the capacity to give your people free education like Awolowo? The Igbos never had any free education. So, why are you not telling us that if you let them uneducated? I don't get it.
Gumi is talking to Gumi directly. Gumi is there listening to him, and I'm happy because he was giving an example. These terrorists, they are not educated, so that is the reason. Remember that Gumi is their commander. Gumi is the remember this Gumi, he is a father. Sheikh Gumi also that died. He was a very radical Islamist that brought in the Izala group, the terrorist group that is terror. The bandits you are seeing today was brought in by the father of this Gumi. That his name is also Sheikh Gumi. Remember, Sheikh Gumi, the father, he vowed on public television that time that there are no Christians should rule Nigeria. I don't know many people that remember this. This is his son. I get it what I'm saying. So this is, he is giving example. These people, because he's trying to, this Gumi, these people, they see Nigerians as very foolish. No, these terrorists killing, you need to pity them, understand them. When you understand them, they are lovely people. Only they are killing on revenge. They are not educated. So when you educate them, it is government force. If you educate them, they will know, they will now stop. And you ask, who educated others? Who educated others? So when you are not educated, you carry a gun and start killing people. Say no, I'm not educated. I need Nigeria to educate me. Where do you hear this type of arrant nonsense? Only in Nigeria. And Nigerians don't care. As long as it's anti-Igbo, anti-Biafra, anti-IPOB, they don't care. They listen. They take it. Very sad. Listen, please.
You don't feel that you have this entitlement mentality? Is it our fault that this is not happening in your area? You people should go home and think. Yes, you created this problem. Don't run away from it.
Let me ask you. Do you think there are no kidnappers?
This is now Sheikh Gumi talking to him.
And criminals in the southeast or the southwest?
Sir, listen, if what is going on in the southeast is the same thing that going in the north, in fact, it's like there will be peace in Nigeria.
All right. Thank you very much.
There will be peace in Nigeria.
Thank you very much.
But on your comment on education, I tend to agree with you that our leaders really has failed the nation.
Good.
I'm happy that why they don't come for debate is they'll be humiliated. Even the Igbo Nigerians, I've been saying it, they don't come to our S. Some of them came out the first day of our X space, the first Sunday, and they ran because they cannot stand the truth. They heard what we say. Is in the afternoon you don't use touch. In broad daylight, you cannot use touch. So what you are saying is truth. They know it. They cannot stand it. There is no way they can defend anything. That is why even if you go to their space, they will not allow you to speak. They will be interrupting you so that you don't preach. Because some of them, they say no, when these people speak, they will convince many of us here. So better don't allow them to talk. Do you see their idiocy? That is why this man, because Sheikh Gumi has been going around, the fault is Nigerian government, don't educate them. Now this man told him, who educated the Igbos? Do the Igbos have free education from Nigerian government? Everybody hustle on his own. Now this man comes and say, yeah, I can agree with you. That is it. That is my happiness. At least that propaganda, it has slaughtered that particular one. Because he continue going around blaming Nigeria. These people are not educated, so you give them education. And see if other regions give education free of charge, or Nigeria give education to them. They have sense of entitlement. Very, very sad. This is an animal. I will not, let me leave his speech, please. Because it's an animal. I'm telling you. It's an animal. We must continue. And this caliphate, you see Sokoto Caliphate? It must be hashtag. The Sokoto Caliphate must be dismantled. The Sokoto Caliphate must be dismantled. Because this is the heart of the Fulanization headquarter. It is the headquarter of Fulanization. The Sultan of Sokoto will come out to speak, to be politically correct, and underneath is working hard, killing, paying, sponsoring the killing of non-Fulani Christians. So, what the Nigerian Supreme Council for Islamic Affairs, headed by the Sultan of Sokoto, is saying that Donald Trump talking about Christian genocide is, if Nigerians allow it, is playing to IPOB's doctrine. That is exactly what they mean, the IPOB agenda. If you see that, that is what they are saying. So they want Nigerians to continue being docile. Every time somebody will put out a video where they are running in Lagos Ibadan Expressway, Lagos Expressway. Oh, they are killing also. Look at cars of abducted, kidnapped people by Fulani headsmen. People are being killed by Fulani. That is what instead of Nigeria, their Nigeria to be balkanized, to save life, to go the way of Yugoslavia. Which look at Yugoslavia. All the countries inside, they are now doing well. All of them are doing well. They are no longer fighting each other. Are you seeing it? They are no longer every time fighting each other in the same country. Instead, they have their countries: Croatia, Bosnia, Herzegovina, Kosovo, all of them. They are doing well. Macedonia, Montenegro, all, Serbia, Slovenia, all of them. They are now living happily, being in control of their life. But they tell you, no, in Nigeria, we must say unity of Nigeria, unity of Nigeria. Come on. Let us tell ourselves the truth in the eye. Nigeria is not working, and it will never work. The only solution to this Christian genocide and to the slaughter of people, to the slaughter of indigenous population by the Fulani Caliphate, by the Fulani terrorists, is total balkanization, so that every nation will develop, protect their own thing, develop in their own pace. This is it. This is where I'm going to stop. I will go into just a few minutes break, so that when I come back, I will open the lines so that people can come in and call in. Please do not go away. I'll be right back.
Why must a group of people now tell us that we must answer them? They are this, psychological, this and this. These other Nigerians that are holding peaceful agitation, peaceful nature, peaceful businesses, are they not Nigerians? Right. So if all of us become bandits, what will happen to us, Moses? Hold on. If all of us become bandits, will Nigeria exist? You can see how we clearly bring problem into ourselves, and we are now blaming America. How can anybody be happy that?
Wouldn't America's involvement affect the sovereignty of Nigeria?
Sorry?
Wouldn't America's involvement affect the sovereignty of Nigeria? As long as it
involves terrorism, terrorism in one state is terrorism all over the world. You remember at a point, America had to place a travel ban on some countries where terrorists are going this way. You remember? Good. So
you are in support of America invading Nigeria. 100%. Guns are blazing.
I said 100%. Since the government has refused to listen, and leaders have not been helping matters.
Wouldn't that affect the sovereignty of Nigeria?
You now have a sovereignty where terrorists are not telling you what to do, Abi. You now have a sovereignty where terrorists are on the dining table with government, telling government what to do, and leaders are supporting it in Moses. That will be my annoyance. Why would anybody utter such words? These are things you should frown at. Who brought them into Nigeria? Was Nigeria like this in 1999? Moses, please be sincere to yourself. Who brought them into Nigeria? What are they doing here? Why are they not in Ghana? Why are they not in the Republic of Benin? Please, why are they not in South Africa? You can see, we forgot the genesis of our problem and we are blaming America. Let them come. If that will solve the problem. Since you people don't know what to do, let them come and help us. Look at now, as I'm talking to you now, almost 20 villages have been taken over in Plateau and Benue. Moses, who are those to occupy those villages? Are they Christians? The real indigenous of those states are now in IDP camp, and they are the farmers in Nigeria. Can you beat that? And yet, everybody is not talking.
So do you think if America gets involved and then come to, in quote now, save Christians in Nigeria, do you think it will lead to an unrest between Christian and Muslim, like the Sheikh has said? It might let Muslims turn against Christians in Nigeria.
Look, we have tolerated enough. We have taken enough from these people. Leah Sharibu, as I talk to you now, a young girl is now in what? Captivity because of her religion. Moses, have you seen any Christian group that have kidnapped any Muslim girl because of her faith? Yes, we kept quiet. Have you talked? Did you say anything? Somebody woke up one day. Shekitashi. I told her that Tinubu's wife should be killed because she's a Christian. That God told him to kill Tinubu's wife. I'm talking of provocative statements that can cause problems. Yes, we kept quiet. Moses, did you read that? Did you say anything? Is it not hard to show tolerance?
Okay.
So why can't our Muslim brothers do the same thing? So that Nigeria will live in peace.
Before we come, sorry please, I want you to land on your thoughts.
Yeah, they do the same thing and see whether this place whether America will even look at us, not to talk of placing it on CPC. That's what we're saying here. It is because of the actions and statements of leaders that have caused the problem. They should not deny it. Yet they still want to blame us for what they have caused. They still want to blame us to Moses. How do you take that? Is that not any short? You are talking of America insulting, but you insulted us. When you told her that, except we agree with the bandits, there will be no peace in Nigeria. Moses, can you beat that? And because of this statement, that's why Saudi Arabia could not tolerate you. They declared you persona non grata. Saudi Arabia, the seat of Islamic Caliphate. They could not tolerate you. But here, you tell us all manner of things, you do all manner of things, and you get on with it.
All right, before we take contributions from
have been told that their government is for over a decade. Nigerians have been told that their government is fighting terrorists. Billions of dollars have been spent. Thousands of soldiers have died. Millions have been displaced. Yet the killings never stop. But what if the real reason the war never ends is because those in charge are the ones keeping it alive? This is not speculation. There's evidence, some public, some buried, but all pointing in one direction, that elements within Nigeria's government are funding, protecting, and profiting from terrorism. Let's begin with one viral video that many Nigerians have forgotten. A captured armed terrorist made a confession that should have shaken the country to its core. His words were chilling. I swear to Almighty God, the government is the one arming us. We Fulani don't know guns. We just sat down and they gave us AK-47s. Those words came from a fighter on the ground, not an opposition politician. That single clip, dismissed by officials as propaganda, aligns with reports from both military insiders and international observers. Former Defense Director Major General John Enenche, retired, and security analysts have publicly said that the Nigerian government knows the sponsors of terror but refuses to prosecute them. A 2021 Punch report quoted retired Navy Commodore Kunle Olawunmi saying, "They know the names of the sponsors." The Department of State Services, DSS, has the list, but the government lacks the courage to act. This confession wasn't new. For years, Nigerian security officials and insiders have quietly said the same thing. that the state is protecting those who fund the violence. In 2022, the United Arab Emirates released a list of 6 Nigerians it found guilty of funding Boko Haram. The list came after a lengthy investigation involving the United States Treasury and international banking systems. These men were convicted in a UAE court. Their account.
Welcome back. This is Radio Biafra House of Service coming to you through Radio Biafra London. My name remains Mazi Jonathan Chinedu from Alu province of Biafra Land, and we are here live and direct. Today is the 12th day of November 2025. That's Avo Bochenko. Therefore, remember, we are talking about the Sokoto Caliphate manipulations, and we continue maintaining that the Sokoto Caliphate must be dismantled. Therefore, our lines are now opened, and our WhatsApp and Signal lines remains plus 61 405 142 547. I repeat, plus 61 405 142 547. I repeat once more, plus 61 405 142 547. I have a caller on WhatsApp, please. Caller on WhatsApp, you are the first caller. Can you hear me? Please go on.
Mazi, good afternoon.
There, Mazi.
This is John Cruz calling from Canada.
Mazi,
first of all, I want to appreciate you for your you see this topic that you started, please. I want you to continue. We will never back down. I really want to appreciate you so much for your wisdom. In fact, sometimes I begin to wonder the kind of because you do a lot of research and it's really, really working. But you see this topic that you started, this about this money, this is Mazi, please, you must continue to hit it hard on them so that the eyes of the people will be, opened. Mazi, let me the topic of today. You see, when the Mazi, in fact, may God bless Ohamadike and keep him for us. He really did wonders in lecturing people, opening our eyes and Mazi, you see some of these some people. When Mazi started, I can remember when people were just saying that we are calling us miscreants. Do you know? Assuming that we back down, maybe because of the regulatory names they are calling us, because those things they are doing just to weigh us down. They were calling IPOB miscreants. This problem now is no longer miscreant. Do you see? So please, I will encourage every IPOB member to continue. Let us, like I remember some people that are engaged when I was in Nigeria. They were saying, "Can't IPOB form a political party so that they will join us?" These are intellectuals. They are the people. Even look at now, all of them have come out now to write to make all manner of comments, even in the social media space. That is why whenever I see all of them writing nonsense, I'll go there, I'll engage them because they are trying to change the narratives. So please, we will not allow these evil intellectuals to weigh us down, no matter the names they are calling us. Because now, in fact, people think that we are not at war. Mazi, we are really at war with our enemies. You see all this social media banter that is going around now. These are where the war lies. So every IPOB member, we should not sleep. Let us not be weary, because this is the time. This is the time. Let all of us join hands. Anywhere you see any comment against IPOB, go there. Make sure that you change that narrative. Make sure that you educate them. That is why they cannot stand us. I'm really happy for this barrister Dalenti. He really dealt with that Ishegumi. He really dealt with him with superior argument, trying to make people to understand. Do you see how they are moving about trying to change the narrative? Mazi, please, let every IPOB member, I am urging everybody, so that our leadership, in fact, bless them. If not for this kind of thing, there is no name they have never called these people. See, they stood their grounds. I want every IPOB member to look at our leadership fully well, knowing fully well that what they are doing, they are at the right track. They have never wavered. That's what all the whole challenges they have seen. That is the time. This is the battle. We are in the real battle now. Everybody should not stagger. Everybody should not stagger. Mazi, this topic that you started, please, we must continue. In fact, let us put fire on this dismantling of this Sokoto Caliphate. In fact, do more research so that you've been bringing out, writing it in social media. We follow you on social media so that we'll be sharing it, so that everywhere, both in X, all of us, let us begin to share those things so that people will open the people's eyes. They will know what is happening. Mazi, I will stop here so that other people will also contribute. God bless you so much for all the lectures you have been giving. In fact, any day that that you are not on air, in fact, I'm not happy. Even as I'm talking to you now, I'm at work. Still, I'm putting my earpiece to follow the lectures of today and to listen whatever that is happening. And I will pray that our leader Mazi, because he is in the front to fight, because he told us, I will be at the front. That this, after he have dealt with the zoo and the soup, he was the one that said that this Sokoto Caliphate must be dismantled. Our leader said it. That Sokoto, that he will give our Hausa people back, Sokoto back. So we will continue. Bless our leader, Mazi.
Thank you.
Wherever he is, that he will give him victory.
Thank you, Mazi. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Caller on signal, please go on. Caller on signal. Can you hear me? Caller on signal.
Mazi Jonathan.
Mazi. Welcome to the program.
Mazi. My name is Mazi Fine. Mazi Fine calling from his location. Mazi, I concur with you. We must carry it up. Sokoto Caliphate must be dissolved. Hashtag. That's not our campaign, which we are going to carry on. But Mazi, first of all, let me just thank IPOB leadership. And also, let me thank our Eastern State Network. And I pray, Mechuko Kabiama, protect our men who are doing the good job, to protect our land, and they also make our farmers to go back to the farm. Mazi, let me use this media to tell our people, if you are in this struggle and you don't have a S account called Twitter account, if you're in this struggle, if you're a member of IPOB, you don't have Twitter account.
Mazi, are you still there?
We are not doing well in this struggle. You better change and do the needful, because our leader know why he inaugurated a day called the Tuesday Twitter campaign. So I want to advise our people, let's go there and do the needful always. Also, let me use this opportunity to tell Biafrans worldwide, support IPOB leadership for your good protection, for the protection of your farmland, for the protection of your ancestral home, and also for the protection of our heritage. Mazi, look at it, the Nigerian government trying to ban the indigenous language. All this initiative, all this plan is handwork of Britain. pretend they are the people that are pushing them. How can you ban indigenous language? Mazi, go to other countries like Japan, South Korea, and all those people are dealing with their indigenous language. In the sense that when you go there, you want to speak to even a government official, he will be using his language to talk to you. If you don't understand it, go and hire another language. But that's the indigenous language. Now Nigeria want to ban indigenous language. And it's our people, Mumu. You will see our people now in their various school teachings. You will see them, they will start, molesting our people, trying to tell them that the vernacular is forbidden, that they can never speak vernacular. Because our people normally be pushed like a he-goat who don't have stand. Now, this kind of law now can never be implemented in the northern side. Even Yoruba man can never implement this law. In other words, when you speak to Yoruba man English, he go tell you say, everything don't finish. If you like, speak Yoruba. If you don't like, don't speak Yoruba. You don't tell you say me or English. But our people now go like, make them force this thing to. If you speak Igbo, then go cane you, or then go as long as government have already said it. But nevertheless, Mazi, this is our freedom. We can never go back to it because yes. And also, I want to also talk about these pastors trying to divert the attention, trying to tell the world that there's nothing like Christian genocide. Like the one that I saw on social media, somebody like Mui tried to say that there's nothing like Christian genocide. Deny this Christian genocide their religion. Mas, that's only what can solve this issue. I thank our leadership. Mas, let me just drop here. We must go forward. We are not going back until we get our freedom. And we are not begging to give us our freedom. We must take our freedom. Mas, God, I bless you. Thank you. I sign off from here.
Mazi. Thank you very much. We have no back to go through. That is it. Caller on WhatsApp, please go on. Caller on WhatsApp, can you hear me? Caller on WhatsApp, can you hear me? Please go on. Caller on WhatsApp once more. Can you hear me? Caller on WhatsApp. You are not. Caller on WhatsApp, please go on. Can you hear me? Mazi Scavenger. Caller on WhatsApp. Mazi, go on, please.
Thank you for taking my call.
There we Mazi.
You're speaking to a brother who's a widow, the Scavenger. I'm calling from Africa Sud in South Africa. I greet my leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, a prisoner of conscience, who set up this Radio Biafra, a citadel of knowledge and spirituality to educate us. And that is what we are doing, Professor Jonathan. You are blessed, maintain your blessing. Sokoto Caliphate must be pulled down, dissolved, and decimated. I have my reasons for that. I don't just say they must be dissolved because of anything, but it's because of their deed. Because this Sokoto Caliphate, Professor Jonathan, you know that this Sokoto Caliphate is like the maker of the Biafran politicians. The maker. It's like, do you know that this Sokoto Caliphate is where, it's like there is where they get their power. I will give you the examples. Like you're talking about people, you ask us question here, you say that the Fulanis are lobbying. They go even outside the country to lobby. And the same with Sokoto Caliphate, the Sultan of Sokoto, did you know what he told Nigeria? He said that this Boko Haram, that they're not fighting against people. They're not, even the people they are killing is not enough for them to be killed. That they're not enough. He said that so this Fulani, these Boko Harams, that they are fighting for good government. They are fighting for good government. That is what they are fighting for. That is what Sultan of Sokoto said. And Gumi himself said that these terrorists that they are killing, the people they are killing, he accepts that they are killing, they are raping, they are doing all manner of things. But he is canvassing for them, lobbying for them to come and sit down to sit with the government. He wanted them to negotiate with the government. Professor Jonathan, can you hear me?
Yes, Mazi, go on.
Negotiating, lobbying for government to negotiate with the terrorists. Do you see how they lobby? Do you see how they do? And guys, you ask us question, you say that who are lobbying for us? Professor Jonathan, well, you know you are our professor. Sometimes there are a lot of things on your head. I can tell you that the Biafran people, or let's say the Biafran governors and the elites, they are lobbying. They are lobbying for Biafrans. Let me give you an example of their lobby. Or Ananse have gone to Sokoto, wanted to go to Sokoto Caliphate to ask them for forgiveness on behalf of Biafrans. Is that not lobby? That is a lobby to me. That is their own lobby, their own capacity. This is how they lobby. Did you know that Chitamba gathered all the traditional rulers in Enugu State and also wanted to go and lobby against his own people? He took them to go and beg for Sokoto Caliphate to talk to his people, the Boko Harams, the Ansaru, the Iswa, the Akadan Magde, all of them together, come together, so that they can have peace in Enugu State. That is lobby. Did you know that Soludo went even to America to lobby for Biafrans? Because it's a lobby it is. And he is lobbying against his people and lobbying in favor of the Fulanis by saying that 99.9% of what is happening in Biafra land are the Biafrans. Is that not lobbying? Is it not the same? Is it not the Peter Obi who was lobbying to the extent that he go and eat with the Fulanis, the Anamajiris on the floor? That was after he had lobbied to say that the Biafra have died 52 years ago. These are the type of lobby you get from your own people. So they are lobbying. I just want to tell you that when you say they are not lobbying, they are experts in lobbying to the detriment of their own people. That is what they learn. That is what they know. And that is why I say that they are prison warders. There is no other thing. But anyway, where we are is that you can see, even the Christians, can you see how they lobby even against themselves? Some of them, they don't know that their utterance is part of the lobby. That is what they don't know. We have decided our fate. We have seen that these people, the Fulanis, they came to conquer, they came to do anything, they came to kill. That is in their blood. They can never change. And that is why I'm pleading to American President Donald Trump. Just call this name. You are a honorable, strong man. Don't be afraid. Like Tony Blair and Obama them. Just say, I don't want to even for you to go for. Don't say start from referendum. Just say referendum for the Biafrans. It's enough for us. Just say referendum. Because I don't want America to come and be traumatized in Nigeria, because the people they're going to meet are not, some of them are not human beings. Some of them are not human beings. Because you cannot tell me you are human being enough and somebody wanted to save you, you're talking of your property. And somebody whose house is on fire is now chasing a rat, talking of rat, when your house is on fire. This is what the Christians, this is the type of mentality that we have in Nigeria. And we don't want to have seen Nigeria. Nigeria cannot change. They will never change. I'm telling you the truth. So, Donald Trump, please, we are begging you, calm down. And if you cannot calm down by yourself without internet network, equip them. Let us do the job by ourselves, because these people have been killing us. You can even see how they are defending on their radio station, the ones you call educated ones. Do you see what they're saying? And you ask yourself, this mentality of these people, are they well? Are they correct? Or which people are they? Referendum and bargainization of Nigeria is where we stand. That is what Donald Trump, you must do for us, because they have been killing us. Please, don't do this halfway. Don't stop. Do it immediately. Close your eyes. Donald Trump, close your eyes and do what God told you to do. Don't disobey God. Don't disobey humanity. Save the world. Because once that entity called Nigeria is balkanized, you will see the black man race on earth will be free. Thank you, Professor Jonathan, for taking my... I feel the members of my blood. Bye.
There, Mazi. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Caller on signal. Mazi Oba, can you hear me? Caller on signal.
Yes, Professor Jonathan.
There.
Good evening from my side. Remember Mazi Celestine Oba, calling from Ground Zero Homeland, Akwa Ibom, precisely. Professor Jolas, this is a very important and interesting topic, and we must have to deal with it precisely. Let me quickly ask President Trump that if he is dealing with Fulani terrorists in Nigeria that are killing Nigerian Christians, Sultan of Sokoto must not be exempted, because he is the supreme terrorist in Nigeria. So he cannot be excluded. So one other thing that is very confusing to me is when you look at the Nigerian as presently constituted, they say they are running presidential system of government. And one funny thing is that presidential system of government is not monarchy in nature. Sovereignty belongs to the people. It is unlike what do you call it?
Parliamentary.
The parliamentary system. Thank you so much. It's unlike parliamentary system of government where the sovereignty lies to the king. The sovereignty of the state or the nation is in the hand of the monarchy. This presidential system is not monarchy. Why then would Sultan of Sokoto now become the supreme head of Nigeria, not just Muslim? Because as a president, the power of Sultan of Sokoto override the Nigerian constitution. And personally, this thing gets me off. I cannot even understand it, because I don't know which kind of Nigeria is this. Huh? So that evil forest must be dismantled if the indigenous people of this component called Nigeria must breathe. It must be dismantled. And another thing that pissed me off, when you look at how this traditional rulers council is constituted, this thing has transited to our land, that they even want to use them. They are using them to suppress our people, because from our nature we are not monarchy. We don't have monarchies, and that is why from my own my own community, if we are bred from that concept or idea, I shouldn't have known the first essay of my own community at my own age. I shouldn't have known essay of my community. It shows me that it is not nature. It's not natural. It's something that was imposed. You understand? So all these things are things that are happening, and that is how they want to control us so that we cannot rise. Can you imagine the recent PGs they started putting up everywhere? What kind of nonsense is that? It is a tool for subjugation. It is a tool to intimidate the people into total submission. And well, you cannot talk about this thing without relating it to Sultan of Sokoto. He is the supreme head of all the traditional rulers in Nigeria. And you've seen that they even want to legitimize it in their Senate. So what we are saying is President Trump is intervening so that the killing of the Christians in Nigeria will stop. That is the hashtag Christian genocide, because it continues. It is happening every day. Even today it happens. So he must not leave Sokoto Caliphate untouched, because that is the evil forest that protects all these impunities. It is the evil forest that established blasphemy law. So if he is not responsible for it, he would have uttered word against it. Can you imagine an Islamic lawyer in Supreme Court arguing and warning the judges that if they dare try to send the guy free, that he will be executed because he insulted the Muhammad? In a Supreme Court of Nigeria, in a secular state, Professor Jonathan. Can you imagine such kind of rubbish? So what we are saying is the only option for Nigeria is total balkanization. Balkanize Nigeria so that whoever that cares to practice any kind of religion will practice in a region where you are, where whenever you cross it to the other region, you respect that person's law. And that is the only way we can move and develop organically. As we are yoked into this quagmire, we can't make any move away, because it is like a force of gravity that is pulling you down when you are trying to climb up. And that is what the Sokoto Caliphate is doing to the indigenous Nigerians. Let me so to say, because for us, we don't have Nigerian. After all, Bafemi Awolowo will say it's a mere geographical expression, and that's what it is. So that must be dealt with. And Professor Jolas, in the absence of it, I will just allow other comrades to make their input. Biafra remain our religion. Here in Radio Biafra, we shall keep to preach the undiluted message of freedom, because that is our message, as long as Biafra remain our identity. Thank you so much. Almost a Biafra.
All hail Biafran. There, Mazi. Thank you very much. Caller on WhatsApp, please go on. Caller on WhatsApp, can you hear me? Caller on WhatsApp, please go on. Can you hear me? Caller on WhatsApp, please go on. Caller on WhatsApp, once more. Can you hear me? Please go on. If you are wearing any Bluetooth, remove it, because your voice is not coming out. No. This is the second time. Caller on WhatsApp, can you hear me? Please go on. Caller on WhatsApp, please go on. Can you hear me? There, please go on.
There were my fellow Biafrans and lovers of freedom, and everyone who's listening to me. My name is Idara Oku, and I'm calling from my location.
Welcome to the program.
Educating time for people who have been watching the affairs of this entrapment we call Nigeria. On the issue of the removal of foreign languages in Nigeria, honestly, Mazi, I just heard it from you this evening. I wasn't aware of it. But it got me thinking that at this crucial time, why is the Nigerian government removing our local languages from the curriculum when a country like Ghana just made it compulsory for schools to teach, for schools at the nursery level and the primary level to teach children in the local language? It sends a very, clear message that while President John Mahama and his cabinet might be trying, maybe in a very mild manner to unburden colonialism and expansionism, Nigeria, that place, is not interested. They are going deeper and deeper. In 2025, I remember growing up in Lagos where they used to beat us for speaking our native languages. And today, it is still the same thing. It's very, very troubling. And anybody who understands what is going on should understand that these people are trying to emasculate us, emasculate anybody who is found in that contraption, and eventually Biafrans. Now, Mazi, coming to the issue of Wike and this young officer, to my own dismay, I have been seeing Biafrans, both even members of indigenous people of Biafra and people who don't know themselves, who call themselves Ndigo or Biafrans, praising this young man because we are too emotional. We don't critically analyze things. We don't use our frontal lobes. So anybody who attacks someone we perceive as an enemy becomes our friend. Mazi, I don't believe that is always the case. In this particular case, I disagree with the young officer for as much as I disagree with Wike. Personally, I believe that Wike is a scoundrel. He's an evil scoundrel. So he deserves every single thing he got from that young officer. However, I want us to look at the thing just a little bit more critically. Mazi Jonathan, you highlighted some of the things that I was thinking and shared with some of my colleagues that this man called his boss. Sorry, Wike called the man's boss. The boss did not say, you hold on, let me call the officer. Rather, he said to Wike, give your phone to the officer. It was very funny to me because that is what I see happening when police stops people on the road. They will call one big man in the police. Big man will say, give your phone to the person. The person will say, I don't want to talk to anybody. If that man, the officer that was called, I don't know who, chief of defense staff or whoever, if he had any shred of respect for Wike, he would have said, hold on, let me call the officer myself. That was the first body language that showed disrespect. And I'll tell you who the disrespect is directed to at the end of my submission. The second one was, the man spoke to his oga. He did not stand down. He still told Wike to jack off, to get off. And Wike left in shame like a dog between his tail. And the first thing that struck me when I watched that video was, this person has a northern accent. I'm sure it's Fulani. It didn't take me up to 2 hours before I did my intern and realized that, he's a hardcore, thoroughbred Fulani young man. And he sent a very resounding message to every Biafra that you see if you like, be vice president of Nigeria. Nigeria, it is our own. You do not belong. You are a hired staff. You are a hired hand. You are a house boy. You are a house girl. Be you who you are in any position of power in Nigeria. Even the lowest Fulani is above you. Okonje Iweala, Joe Ibokwe, anybody serving the Nigerian government in any way, shape, or capacity. So let us not be quick to celebrate this man. I remember when I was, into Nigerian politics, and I used to think that El Rufai was speaking for me. El Rufai, imagine El Rufai. Tomorrow, this officer Yerima, he's going to be whether president or Sultan of Sokoto or, I don't know, some Zamfara state, Sultan of somewhere, and we are here celebrating him. Biafran, time for us to be wise. Nigeria can never serve you. Nigeria is not for you. It wasn't created for you. Have sense, gather sense. If you don't have some, borrow some. Ndewo, Mazi Jonathan. Thank you so much for this opportunity to speak on your program, sir.
Ndewo. Let me see. I want to say something on what you said, Wanda. Because for me, I'm not celebrating the man. But we analyze issues according to current affairs, what is happening. Wike represents an arrogant politician. That is it. Imagine that it is not maybe the person is maybe of Igbo origin, that boy, because the boy's name is Yerima. Yes, his father is a retired 3-star general. Yes, Yerima is a northerner. So I understand your point anyway, but sometimes you have to choose and make analogy according to what is happening at that time. It's not about he is a very proud, loud animal. Wike is an animal. I say Wike is an animal. I never have a single pity on somebody like Wike. I don't care. So it's not about being Fulani or big, but there is something there. The boy is a disciplined soldier. Yes. And what you said, you are also correct. That it doesn't matter you. He's so weak as yes. That is why I say it serves him good. He saw him as in Yamri. It doesn't matter he's a governor of capital, Nigerian capital, Abuja. He doesn't care. Because it doesn't matter. Deny Igbo. You know why Wike is given that post or continues to grow politically? Because of his public denial of his identity. So there is no way I can pity Wike in any way, in any guise. I will never do it. I say I will never do it. It doesn't matter. He has a distance with Fulani. Let me tell us something. Do you see what we are not fighting? Ordinary Fulani people. For your information, IPOB is not fighting ordinary Fulani people. We are fighting that their ideology and their mentor, the purveyors, the promoters of all those ideology, like I'm saying, is the Sokoto Caliphate. We are fighting that ideology, that mentality. If you are a Fulani person, you are doing business in our place, there is we have no problem with you. It's an ordinary Fulani, because there are many ordinary of them that are doing their normal businesses in cities. For your information. So it's not about I don't want us to dissonate because even when it comes to tribalism, I can never even defend Wike. Wike is not my brother because he denied his identity openly in order for him to get where he is, and he is humiliated. Why should I defend him? Why should I defend him? He said he came from Biniabi, he came from Varandapo. Let him go to hell. He killed our people. There is no single way I can defend Wike in this world, in this life, even in the life after. Because I see him as the same way I take Sheikh Gumi is the way I take him. Personally, honestly. So I see the boy as this Nigeria is a zoo. It is clash of clash of the titans. The reason why there is no so-called accidental discharge is because all of them carry guns. Imagine that Wike was dealing with ordinary people without gun. He would order his people, they will shoot. These are animals, for goodness sake. These are animals. I don't see them as human beings. They are animals. Wike is an animal. In this world and in the world to come, I will never defend Wike. Wike is a complete animal. the way he do things, the way he talk, the way he speaks. He met the boy humiliated him. I love it. You know, they don't know how to do things. That's why I say even Igbo people, they don't know politics. He doesn't even know how to save face. He called the chief of defense staff, and instead of telling the man, call your boy, I'm here. Instead, the man told him, give me your phone to, the same way when you are stopped in by all these police and you, or anyhow, you say, okay, you call, you call maybe your contacts in the military, or your brother, or your uncle in the military. Say, Dede, see how they are dealing with me, I beg. He say, okay, pass me. Who is that? Pass me phone. You will pass him phone and he will introduce you, say, hey, that guy is my boy, okay? Leave him to pass. Don't do anything to him. I am so person. I am Brigadier so please, just leave him. It's an order. That is what we can try to do. To his shame. So why will I support an animal like that? And that doesn't know how to even respect himself. Somebody like that, immediately he went there, he shouldn't even be confronting that person. After all, he should have order. That's why I say Nigeria is a complete zoo. Before going to this issue of land, our people, they don't understand. That's why I say they don't know politics. They don't know what Nigeria means for them. They thought that they have the same caliber, the same right with the caliphate. They don't. When time reaches, they bring them down. They publicly, show them another thing. They disgrace them publicly. Wike was completely disgraced. He was thinking, he's a butterfly, thinking that he's a bird. That is what Igbo politicians in Nigeria used to think. But when it reaches to a certain extent, they will tell you they will show you your level. Say, hey, you behave yourself. It doesn't matter. You are nothing to me. You can't give me command. That is what the boy showed to him. He didn't know how to even go about it. Normally, if he sent his maybe orderly or his personal assistant first to talk to the boy so that they will pass. If you don't allow him, in order not to disgrace himself, he will just simply go without making any fuss about it. But he went there to say, hey, I am the minister. Come on, who are you? The boy stood his ground because he has his order. The boy has his order as a military person. He has his order. Before Wike should have gone there, he should have made sure that, okay, he resolve anything with the boss of all these people, of the boy. But no way. So that is their cup of tea. I don't blame the boy, honestly. Caller on WhatsApp, please go on. You'll be the last caller. Caller on WhatsApp. Caller on WhatsApp. Mazi, this is the third time you are occupying the space. You don't talk. If your phone is not good, please don't call. Somebody will call, occupy space, you will be shouting. This is the third time. Caller on WhatsApp, please go on. You'll be the last caller. Call on WhatsApp, please go on. Can you hear me? Please go on. Welcome to the program. Yes, go on. Once I say go on. Stop asking, am I coming out? Go on.
Okay, Mazi. Yeah, Mazi will be calling from Oka. I want to comment about the insecurity and the terrorism fight. There is a question that I am asking to Nigerian government that are claiming that they are fighting terrorists. So my question is, since they started this war on terrorists, can they name one terrorist sponsor that they have tried since they started this fight? You understand? So they are just running hanky-panky, trying to deceive themselves, thinking that they are deceiving people. Then I want to talk small about this saga, this Wike saga. I see many Nigerians calling for the removal of that guy, sacking of the Navy officer. Then my question is, the people that are calling for this guy, why are they not talking about the person that gave him the order? Because the guy is a soldier, he's a serving officer. Do they know their rule of engagement? What if this guy disobeyed the order that was given to him because Wike is involved, and maybe they waste the guy this thing? Will anybody know about that? So Nigeria should even be, questioning the main problem, not singling out maybe a weaker spot. Maybe they are calling the guy, when they know that the guy is acting on an order. So that is just what I want to do. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And this is okay. Sorry, I have Mazi Madabuchi. Sorry, you have been quietly waiting. Mazi Madabuchi, welcome to the program. Sorry for forgetting. Please.
No worries, my brother. No worries. One of the things I want to talk tonight is the idea of stopping or removing ethnic language from Nigerian curriculum. Just imagine. I will tell Biafrans, this is once more one of the stark differences between Nigeria and the Republic of Biafra. You see, in Biafra, every ethnic nationality will have their own House of Parliament and make their own laws in their languages. Say, be it a Igbo ethnic nationality, be it a Jaw, be it Efik, Urobo, Isoko, Ishekiri, Anan, Ibibio, Igala. Every ethnic nationality in Biafra will be making their own laws in their language, in their own parliament, so that our languages will never die. They are telling us Igbo language will die, Igbo language will die. I did Igbo. I scored A in my wife in Igbo. So they want us to not now name our mother tongue anymore. This is what they call it, colonial or neo-colonial construct. And we Biafrans must resist it, because like you said, you rightly said, my brother, they will never implement this in the north, nor will they implement it in the west. So, what am I talking about? In the United Kingdom, they have Welsh Assembly, they have Scottish Assembly, they have Northern Ireland Assembly. They make their laws in their languages. People think English in English, everybody speaking English in the United Kingdom. It's not true. The Welsh have their own language that will not yet one in the speak it in Wales. And those have Celtic Scots, and the Northern Ireland, they have their own version of English, etc. But what I'm saying here is that our languages, our ethnic languages in Biafra will never die, and we make sure of that, and that's why everybody should join hands and let's restore Biafra, so that we speak our language and maintain them. And so, my brother, the idea that it is climate change, desertification, deforestation, that creates a planet invasion and the destruction and killing and maiming and the destroying lives and properties of the indigenous people in Nigeria. And why this is very important? This man called the Star called the Sultan of Sokoto. He is heading the organization that is forming this what do you call it, propaganda and gaslighting of people, so that they will not think about why foreigners are killing a country with arms and killing people. or they tell you they are running from desertification. Really? Now, the question here is, so these terrorists are supposedly fleeing climate change, etc. Where are they coming from? Say they are coming from Senegal, Mali, Mauritania, Guinea, Burkina Faso, and Niger, etc. But these countries are thriving and developing. Are they telling me that now? Why are only Fulani who are escaping those supposed climate change? And why should they come with sophisticated and be using those hands on their innocent and welcoming hosts? This is a question for Fulani and for Satan of Sokoto. So, why are successive governments of Nigeria enabling and defending this unacceptable dereliction and negligence of duty? This is what is a definition of capitocracy and kleptocracy. The question to Tinubu regime: when will the displaced people living in IDP camps or refugee camps, because they are real refugee camps, but the Christian lived IDP camps, so it sounds different. When will these people go back to their homes? Why is it why is it not a priority for this regime? You can't have peace without justice, Tinubu and Nigerians. You cannot have peace without justice. People in these refugee camps must go back to their homes. And then we Biafrans must have our referendum to leave Nigeria. That's all we want from you. We don't want wrong language. Don't go 20. We want Biafra and the referendum to go home in peace and in democratic way. Let's support our leadership, the director of state. Let's support the Eastern Security Network, our vigilante. Let's join hands together and restore Biafra. God bless Biafra. Thank you very much.
Mazi, thank you very much. And this is where I'm going to switch off the phones. Dear friends and lovers of freedom, we must continue. You see, we are fighting for survival. I am telling you, we are fighting for survival. We are not fighting in order to take other people's land. Forget about what some ignorant or mischievous Igbos are yabbing. Because what I see in some of our people is, once they feel that they are okay, now for them everybody is okay. It's a disease. Once they are okay, for them everybody is okay. So you don't need we are fine. He is all of you. And that is the mentality that our political that our political class is suffering from. Because that's why I say I don't only blame our politicians. It is the mentality that is there. Now, if our people believe that, no need, what are you doing? You are okay, Nigeria, do you well? Like this report that we are kidnapped. These are directors of in the ministry. They are kidnapped today. Why? In their beloved Nigeria. If you are telling them that, look, there is danger, let us try to solve this problem. Let us take a stand as a people, not as an individual. Because individual, you are nothing as an individual. But as a people, we become a bunch. We can, make a decree and it will sound, it will be established. it will be respected by the international community. That is one thing that the Fulani has over us, because they go as a community. That is why they lobby as a community, as a people. They lobby, they fight as a people, not as individual. Instead, individuals are supporting the collective fight of the group, just like what IPOB is doing. But our people feel that, now use that your vigor, your energy to go and look for money. And we have been looking for money. Where are we? Where are we today? Where are we? Black beauty without the power, without the black power is nonsense. It's useless, completely useless. That is the way I can describe us. Oh, we have individual money. We have individual breakthrough. But, you know, with a signing of a pen, our people's properties will be destroyed in Lagos. But you have that your individual money becomes useless when you are disenfranchised from voting, exercising your constitutional fundamental right in your so-called country. But you are told that you are prevented from voting as an Igbo person, profiled as an Igbo person in Lagos, and you say, what can we do because I'm an Igbo man? Does it you can be wealthy when it comes to money, no problem. Don't you see the Igbo that was jailed because of his pronouncement of inviting ESA to Lagos? He was shown his space that you are nothing. But if we are going as a people, making pronouncements, lobbying as a people, which IPOB is championing, this is where when we make noise it will be hard. Not individualism. Not individualism. We fought a war for 3 years, and the war ended in a negotiating table in an armistice. No victor, no vanquish, because it's an armistice. You know? And there were conditions, terms and conditions that were agreed on before the surrendering of Biafra to continue being part of Nigeria. But all those terms were not respected. No Biafra, no Igbo man cared. All we care is now go and look for what we are going to eat. Now go and hustle. No, we lost our sense of community. And that is why we are here today doing the same thing that should have been done many decades back. We are back to the status quo. So, a word is sufficient for the wise. This Christian genocide is real, and we must continue escalating it to the highest. The only solution is balkanization of Nigeria. Otherwise, there is no way you can join the divergent core values to stay together in one country. It didn't work in Yugoslavia. Why should it work in Nigeria? Because of divergent values, ethnicity, nationalism of different tribes. Yugoslavia was the solution. They saw that there is no way these people can live together because of ethnic animosities. It has been going on in Nigeria for many decades. They continue forcing, say continue, no, one Nigeria, defend one Nigeria, as if Nigeria is natural. No, Nigeria was created only in 1914. It's an artificial country. The same way Yugoslavia is defined today. Go to Google and type about Yugoslavia. You see that it is defined an artificial country. But during the time of the existence of Yugoslavia, they didn't define it like that. But it's no more. That's why. So Nigeria today will be defined as an artificial country tomorrow. Once it's divided, because they know. The international community, they know. The West, they fully understood. They are just playing pranks. They are patching, so that to continue exploiting the resources in Nigeria. So that tomorrow if he finishes, they say, okay, you people can divide, no problem. Our separation, The division, the balkanization of Nigeria will bring peace and tranquility, and it will even promote business, international business, between Biafra, Nigeria, Oduduwa, and other international communities. It will be a win-win situation. That is where we stand. Otherwise, if Nigeria continues existing, the killings, the killings, the terrorism, the Christian genocide will continue, will worsen, and the killings will be exported internationally. I am telling you, because the caliphate will continue looting the fund, we continue taking the money, stealing our resources in order to finance their terrorist, the colonization of the indigenous people through Islamization. That is why I continue saying that the Sokoto Caliphate must be dismantled. Thank you for listening. Biafra remains our religion. Biafra remains who we are. Biafra is our ideology. From me, Mazi Jonathan Chinedu, from here, it is simply good evening.